Hi there, my name is Cassidy Regal, and I'm going to be talking about the ITSE Standards for Educators in my digital story for my Learning Design and Technology class 613. The 7 main standards for educators through ITSE are learner, leader, citizen, collaborator, designer, facilitator, and analyst. As I was going through each of these, a lot of things struck me as very similar to the T-test goals that are set for teachers that teach in the state of Texas. As a teacher who gets evaluated through T-tests, it's really interesting to see how the crossover is here, and it'd be so easy to integrate these standards into T-test directly one day. But I don't think we're there yet as a state level, but also it's just fascinating how each of these concepts really look to further student education, not only in content, but also in skills, especially in technology. So one of the standards that I feel like I'm doing a great job with in my classroom so far is citizenship. Teachers inspire students to positively contribute and responsibly participate in the digital world. I love getting my kids involved in technology. And so anytime I can bring something new to them, I really try to do my best to make sure that it is of value and will help them learn not only just the content, but also a skill that they can take outside of my classroom. So how am I currently meeting this standard? Well, I regularly integrate technology into the various activities that we're doing in class. I have really tried hard this year to make sure that I'm referencing the SAMR model whenever possible. So making sure that my technology usage in class is of true value to the students and their learning and not just adding technology to add technology. I also try to implement Tech Tip Tuesdays. I teach 10th grade world history, and so I have kids who have grown up. They are considered digital natives because they have always grown up with technology in their lives. However, I've really come to see that they understand the technology that they want to understand. And so I try to include a fun little tidbit for them each week of something new that they probably didn't know how to do with the technology that they have access to every single day. I love utilizing Google, and so all of the functionalities with Google are excellent. Probably my favorite is that you can actually have live collaboration between students. And so we regularly have like projects where they're putting together Google Slides of posters or filling out activities or just as interactive activities that are built in Google Slides. And I can go through and I can see where all of my students have added to the presentation, but also they're able to work together at the same time on the same document and save time on trying to figure out how to work it all out, but then also doing something that they would be doing very similarly as if they were creating a poster, but in a digital environment. I also really enjoy hosting cross-class discussions on our LMS, and we use Canvas. So I have my students participate in discussions not only with my other classes, but also amongst their peers that have other teachers for world history as well. Each of us brings something unique to our classes, speaking of me and my peers. And so it's always interesting to see what little tidbits each teacher's class kind of picks up on, and then of course sharing that knowledge across all of our students and making it available for them anytime that they want to review or talk a topic through. We really enjoy seeing what the kids come up with there. The area of growth that I chose for myself was 2.1 learner. As a teacher, I am a firm believer that we're never done learning and that there's always learning to be done. And so part of that was me getting enrolled in this master's program, specifically in learning design and technology. I have learned so much about instructional design and effective teaching and utilizing technology for instructional purposes. And then another part of this area of growth is just staying up to date on new technologies. How can I implement them in my classroom? How can they be implemented in an instructional design feature? What is the value of adding these technologies for our learners? So the personal technology action plan that I've put together for myself really has three main components: learn, apply, and master. In regards to my learning, I really want to be like a sponge and soak up as much information as I possibly can, whether that is by reading articles through my master's program, learning new technology or information through LinkedIn Learning, or just my own research. With Apply, I've really started to analyze the activities that I give in my classroom and making sure that they follow the SAMR model and that I'm not just adding technology to add technology. So substitution, augmentation, modification, or redefinition. How am I utilizing the technology with the activity, and is it truly adding value? And then lastly, I really want to master new things this year. And so my New Year's resolution for myself was that each month I wanted to learn something new. And I feel like this is a perfect fit for my action plan, and that each month I'm going to learn a new software, program, or skill related to technology. So the learning timeline that I've put together is really just a focus on various technologies and basics that I feel like would be valuable to my education. So for January, I chose Camtasia, and I actually completed a couple of different courses on LinkedIn Learning about Camtasia and utilizing it. And it's kind of exciting because I'm making this on Camtasia. It's my first real project that I put together in the software completely. So exciting to have learned something new and then been able to utilize it in class. February, I've chosen Adobe Captivate. And so I've already started looking into different courses that I can take and how to really kind of just play around with the software and make best use of it. March and April, I have Articulate 360. So Rise and Storyline are both components that I would like to learn. May, user experience design is something that's always fascinated me. So I kind of want to take a deep dive into that. And then June, just the basics of coding, I feel like is so important to understand when you're involved with technology. And so that's something that I would like to learn a little bit more about. Maybe not coding everything myself and being a master at that, but really just understanding the basics so I know how things function. Thank you so much for watching my digital story. I look forward to your feedback, and I look forward to seeing everyone else's goals for this year as well.